Awesome. All right. So if you are here, I'm assuming you're interested in the road to 100 plus 5-star Google reviews. Now, this is not just getting over 100 Google reviews. It is 100 5-star ones in particular. Obviously, more of that will trickle in naturally, but kind of the process and things that we do to help some of our clients grow their organic presence within Google, mainly within reviews, is what kind of will be focused on today. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to leverage the chat or the Q&A function that are both in the Zoom bar that should be on your screen. Please feel free to throw those things in. All right. So okay. So house rules, just real quick for those of you that are in here, if you could turn off your microphones. I mean, it shouldn't be able to hear you, but regardless, if you could turn off your microphone, that'd be awesome. Just so we don't get some extra audio coming in and out that sometimes happens. Like I mentioned already, feel free to type in your questions in the chat box to leverage that. And I'll be making sure that I have it propped up as well for myself that as questions come through. You all took the time to be here live with me today. So I really appreciate that. So any questions that you have, please do not hesitate. You have my undivided attention. And so I want to make sure that I'm helping answering all your questions there to really help maximize your online potential, in particular today within regards to Google reviews. So then for those of you that may not know who I am, I'm Kelsey Outram. I'm the founder and CEO of Lift Auto Repair Marketing. We're an all-in-one online marketing company that is just here to better serve the auto repair industry to the best of our capabilities. We want to be the best marketing company in the industry. And so that with that, we want to make sure we're only focusing on auto repair. And so first off, before we go into kind of the road to building the Google reviews, how that happens, we want to talk about why Google reviews matter. And so in the chat, if you believe Google reviews are important and valuable, please put a yes in the chat if you believe Google reviews are important and valuable. So yep, we got some yeses. All right, everyone's putting yes. Good. I mean, obviously, I definitely think Google reviews are important. I hope you think it's important too. That's why you're here today. So let's dig into a little bit though about why Google reviews matter. So number one, we're going to go through about 7 different things. And so number one, it creates a good first impression. So I don't know how many of you go through reading reviews before you go to, say, a restaurant, you buy something on Amazon. I mean, I know for sure I do. I read those reviews. And so same thing for most consumers or most customers, they're looking at the reviews first. And maybe before even clicking the reviews, they're looking at your overall rating. And so if that average is less than 4 stars, there's some work that needs to be done. We need to make sure you're improving, getting those 5 stars ones coming in, but maybe it's reflecting on the service that you're offering. Make sure you're really, really helping support the customer, showing them value. Because if you're not, that's where definitely bad reviews will trickle in. And then also the ones that maybe feel that you're close to 5 stars are not going over and above to even bother leaving your review because it's just like, they're just okay. But yes, I like them, but there's no need to share it with everybody else. So you want to make sure that you're creating that good first impression to get customers off the fence, thinking really positively about you. Number 2, Google reviews gives useful insights to you. So 95% of consumers feel customer service is essential to brand selection and loyalty. Now, 95% is a pretty big percentage in terms of how people select the shop that they choose. And so there's definitely, once you win them over, their loyalty is definitely well earned because they'll keep coming back. And the lifetime value of a customer that keeps coming back is very nice in terms of the acquisition cost and that becoming less and less because of just the lifetime value, the ROI that you're getting from each individual customer. 60% of customers have higher expectations now than they had a year ago, which, I mean, it feels like every month maybe that percentage goes up. But again, in this day and age, expectations are so high of the customer. And again, this is more generally as we're speaking about just in general for auto repair shop, what the customers are expecting. We want to make sure that you're just constantly focused on your service and that valuable insight that you're doing there. And so Google reviews helps people see kind of that peek behind the curtain. Number 3, one of the most beneficial things is going to boost your SEO ranking. And so why do I say it's one of the most beneficial things? So for SEO, Google loves when their product is being leveraged in the appropriate ways. And so with your SEO ranking, how Google reviews factors into it. And actually, one of like the past two latest algorithm updates have been heavily favoring the reviews and the quality of reviews that are coming in. And so what you really want to have happen is 5-star reviews coming in, them coming in from where they live. So that way Google can start recognizing that people from certain areas drive that far to get to your shop. They leave a review from where they live. But then more so, you want them to have a description of what kind of took place at the shop. You don't a 5-star is great. If people just leave a 5-star, don't leave a comment. That works fine, but it's not as positive, not as big of a gain for Google. So hopefully you're getting people that are leaving comments, and even better, their Google profile itself. If their Google profile has been in existence for a good amount of time, to their Gmail, and they have left reviews before in other places, and so they're kind of building a reputation with Google that this person, these valuable reviews for companies, that's where it's very, very beneficial to have those powerful reviews come in. And then I'll go into elaborating a little bit later on in terms of responding to those reviews. But again, we want to make sure that you are getting those reviews, and we'll explain also some mechanisms of how to get them more as we go along here. Some more people jumped in. Thanks for jumping in. We're kind of going through right now the why Google reviews are even important, kind of some both data points behind it, along with some valuable impacts in terms of marketing. And then as we go through this why, then we'll go into how and kind of that road that we talked about here, why you all are all here. So again, appreciate your time. Leverage the chat, leverage the Q&A as we go along here. Feel free to stop anytime if you do have a question. And so number 4, it creates trust and loyalty within Google reviews. The more people that are leaving reviews, it shows social proof. It's as if someone is also telling their friends that this place is awesome, with indirectly telling them that your shop is a great place to go. So you want to make sure that you're building that social proof, that online reputation as much as possible from different people. The more likely, the more that you get, there's someone also in town that recognizes that name. Like, oh, my friend goes there, I didn't even realize. And then boom, they see that review, see that it's awesome, boom, they immediately trust you. So the more that you build that social proof, the better. In continuation, so Bright Local, it's one of the different marketing softwares that are out there. There's a consumer survey that shows that 49% of customers trust reviews as much as personal recommendations from friends and family members. So like I mentioned before, if they see a review from a friend and family member, it's even more powerful that way, but more so even from strangers. Just again, about 50% trust the review that's there just as much as if they know that person. So you want to make sure that you are building and continuing to build those good reviews. Just because you feel like, oh, I have the most in the area, I'm fine to ride on that, is not fine. Google does have a recency bias in terms of what is appearing, what is not. So you want to make sure that it's just consistently happening. And if you can automate it, even better. So number 5, they help you stand out from competitors. So only 9% would consider engaging with a business that had a 1 or 2-star average rating. I feel like that 9% is even too high. I know for me, I wouldn't even bother looking at it. Like usually if it's below 3, there's no chance that I want to risk going there. But so that's where you want to definitely make sure that your average star rating is hovering above 4, ideally above 4.5, because that's where things start getting really good. Google starts building that trust with you. More positive reviews than competitors, you're more likely to be the choice your customers come to. So you want to make sure that you're consistently building that out to help stand out over competition. Number 6, reviews are just as important among job seekers. So obviously I know that in this day and age, a lot of people are looking for new team members because they're like, we need to grow, or just sometimes some people are just not working out, but they want to keep that pipeline flowing. Job seekers look at the reviews just as much as your customers do. And so you want to make sure that you're funneling in strong customer reviews that helps give a potential tech or writer a glimpse into the shop, a glimpse into how you do things and how you're responding to reviews, how you're treating the customers. All of it is so very important in terms of your social presence. So I know a lot of people only think about Google reviews in the sense of, oh, this is what it's for my customers. And so that way I get more customers and my customers stay happy. But no, your employees and your future staff, they're definitely looking at it as well. So Glassdoor is one of the popular like job work platforms, both job postings along with people that rate their different companies in terms of employees that how they feel about the company they work for. And so 86% of employees and job seekers research reviews on businesses and ratings to determine whether they should apply for a job. So very important to know the impact of Google reviews here for both job seekers. And then number 7, customer believe a product should have 100 plus reviews. So I know at least on Amazon, if something has less than 100 reviews at times, it's like, okay, is this even a good product? Like no one's really reviewing for it. Obviously, it's easier said than done to build those reviews, but again, hopefully that's why you're here today. Or even if you have over 100 reviews, I mean, let's keep the road going. Let's go 500 reviews, 1,000 reviews. Let's continue to build that momentum and how it can be built. It can easily be built automated. So we'll go into talking about those things today. But any questions so far in terms of these different impacts and what, I guess I'll ask this, well, what point have you found the most useful in terms of why Google reviews matter out of the 7 that we sort of just talked about? Is there one that stands out more than others to you? Yeah, so again, the job seeking one, I think a lot of people don't think about that one. So understanding that job seekers do look at reviews is kind of a new way to think about your reviews and how you're responding. You want to make sure that it's in a good, respectful manner, but also you defend your employees at times. Sometimes people leave horrible reviews out there that had no business going the direction that it went. You want to make sure you're standing up for your team. So yeah, that's great. Awesome. Then we're going to keep going. We're going to dig into a little bit more of the how that we can continue to develop things. But these are some other stats just so you can see them. 63% of consumers say that they are likely to check Google reviews before visiting. 93% of users made buying decisions. 28% of consumers say they have looked at business reviews while standing or parked right outside the building. So again, very important to have very good, effective reviews out there at all times, especially on Google, because Google is just the most searched and reviewed platform. There's some people that funnel their reviews to some of the other platforms like Yelp, Facebook. There's SureCritic I've seen as well. But again, it's fine getting reviews in other places, but it will not impact you as great as Google review will. So you want to make sure that first and foremost, that's where you're funneling your reviews and your social proof too. If someone for whatever reason doesn't have a Gmail account or they don't feel comfortable leaving a Google review, then you can send them to the other places. But that's where you should really be pushing and funneling all your reviews. Okay. So laying the foundation. So first and foremost, you want to make sure you claim and optimize your Google Business Profile listing. It doesn't matter what we're doing in terms of all the reviews if your listing is not both owned by you along with being optimized. So you want to ensure that you know exactly what email is used to manage your Google Business Profile. You'd be surprised how many people don't know which email is the one that is used that even created the profile. So you want to make sure that you are understanding what email that is, that it's claimed. So that way there's spam people out there all the time that are trying to claim and own businesses that are not theirs. You want to make sure that you own it so that we get those alerts and you can reject them as soon as they come in. Provide exceptional service. So again, good reviews will happen if you're not providing good service. So you want to ensure that good service is happening. And then knowledgeable team person. You want to make sure that your team is knowledgeable and knowing what is going on. Okay, and so now about the how of obtaining reviews from customers. So there's going to be lots of different ways that you can obtain reviews from customers. But over 60% of consumers are likely to leave a review if the business just asks for one. So now that's simple. You need to ask. A lot of people are not just going to think, oh yeah, I'm going to go out of my way to leave a review even though this business didn't ask for my help. But there are obviously those people that do that, few and far between. So then what is the process that you have to ask for reviews? Do you have a process that is asking? So in the chat, let's throw in if you're asking for reviews, no if you're not. Just simple as that. Sorry, we got a few yeses, got a couple of no's. Okay, mainly yeses, which is great. You have a process. So a lot of the basic process is going to be asking for a review while they're there. Like people ask, like, oh, are you happy? Like, is everything look good with the car? Would you mind leaving us a review? And sometimes there's a QR code right there, which is awesome. But again, the ideal situation is having them leave a review when they're not at the shop, because Google can see those things of where people are leaving reviews from. The more reviews you get at the shop, I mean, yes, it's great to have the review, but again, you're already going to rank pretty well at your shop anyways if someone was searching in Google. So that's where you want those indicators pointing to different places around town, a little bit further away from you, to help grasp that radius that people are typically searching from the drive to your shop. So that's where it's important to typically leverage some sort of text messaging. That is the most powerful tool that we've seen work most efficiently to get as many Google reviews as possible. Okay. So utilizing text message marketing is going to be key. So we have a CRM that we leverage and use for our clients. Obviously, there's other CRMs in the industry that are helping do this, but I'll kind of explain a little bit in terms of our process and what that sort of looks like. So within our process, what we do is we follow up a couple business days later after the car comes in. There's different takes on it. Some people like to follow up within like 15 minutes of the car coming. So what we've seen typically is that when you follow up too soon, there's a time frame where sometimes there's things that just go wrong with the car. They're not quite as comfortable yet. They haven't really taken it anywhere, and so they're not really sure if what was done was great. They just mainly have that price impact that took place. When you wait a couple of days, that price impact goes away, and then now they're like, well, yeah, the car's running so much smoother than it was before, so on and so forth, and they really get to feel that, and then they give you a more proper and true rating of how they felt about your service. And then from there, when they say a 5, usually you want to gauge their happiness, 1 to 5, 5 being the highest. Only when they say 5, that's where then we typically make it easy for them, where we send a link to leave a Google review. If not, you need to thank them. What can be done better next time to improve it to a 5? And then you can take that feedback. But then you kind of pre-qualify them before they go to Google. Granted, someone can still go to Google if they're not happy and leave a less than 5-star review. But that process you do not want to make streamlined and as automated, because again, you're not trying to go out of your way to get something that's less than a 5-star review. But for those that are really happy, you want to make it simple for them. And so it's really good to leverage texting to be able to do those things where they can just tap on their phone and really make it easy for them. Okay. And so I actually can't read what is right here. So tiny email subject line changes can get more reviews. And so, yeah, so some people send out review requests through emails. And again, emails won't be the biggest impact, but still it could be an effective way if you want to send out emails as well to ask for reviews. But just tiny tweaks to the subject line, things that make it more intriguing to open, you want to tweak and play with that to just make sure that that can take place when people actually read the email. And this is our digital dominance method in the sense of the different aspects of online marketing that we believe helps businesses grow on their online marketing presence. And right now, as you know, we're kind of talking about text message marketing reputation management in twofold here. So other ways of incentivizing reviews other than through just texting. So one thing that we've seen work well is running contests. So in terms of helping promote just leaving reviews. Now, again, you cannot dictate and pay someone for reviews. This is you got to be very careful when you do run contests and things like that. But the way that you mold the contest can help promote people to just leave business reviews, and maybe you have other businesses supporting and say, yeah, if you guys are out there and helping us leave reviews, then that'd be greatly appreciated. The winner that across the board will get a prize or whatever it may be. But again, you need to be very, you do not want to say that only if they leave a 5-star review do they like that can be, depending on the verbiage, can be against Google guidelines. So you want to be very careful with how you do that. But then you also want to make sure that you're showcasing them. So a lot of people are like, yeah, look how many reviews I have, but they do nothing about it. They're not putting it on their social platforms. They're not putting it on their website. They're not doing anything with other than just leaving it there, which yes, is great that you at least have them, but why not amplify that ability? So make sure you're showcasing it. Put it in your social media posts, put a highlight area of your website where things can automatically pull from Google. New reviews pop up that are only 5 stars. There's lots of different ways and applications that do those kinds of things now. So make sure that you have that applied in your online presence that are just constantly funneling and letting people know, boom, how amazing that you guys are doing. And then now responding to reviews. So this is the last step to kind of circle and connect everything to give you as much marketing power as possible, and then really leverage Google's abilities to the best that you can. So only 24% of businesses always respond to negative reviews. The percentage of people that even respond to their business reviews holistically as well is under 50%. That's not good. You want to at least be responding to reviews, but we definitely want to go a step further and ensuring that you're responding to reviews with keywords. But here, in terms of negative reviews, this is big because there's some people that just literally filter to the negative reviews of shops, or of companies in general. They just like seeing the bad reviews, seeing why someone thought this place was bad. And so now it's really important how you handle yourself as an owner, as a shop, and in communicating with that low review. If it's on you, it's on you. Just straight up, take the blame, and then ask them to, hey, please give us a call. We want to make this right by you. We want to refund you everything, or whatever it may be. If it was clearly your fault, you owned it. That's awesome that you're taking that step, and customers appreciate that. Other times it's someone that may be off the rocker a little bit in terms of the response that they left. And like, okay, like, let's be realistic here. And at times, and it's hard to bite your tongue, but handling it in a cordial manner, people see that, respect that. And at times, there's sometimes 1-star reviews can bring in more business than 5-star reviews just based on how you respond. So you want to make sure you're handling that the right way and not acting out rashly at times. As I know it can be hard, easier said than done. When a bad review comes through, it can ruin people's days and weeks sometimes. But you want to make sure that you're at least responding and taking that onus there. And so that in the way that you respond to review, I want to just tap into the way that you respond to review a little bit. You want to add in those keywords. So those of you that are hopefully leveraging a point of sale system, you can easily see where this individual, like what they brought in terms of the car and what they came in for. And so with that, you want to respond that way. So say they brought in a Ford for a brake repair. You want to thank them for bringing in their Ford for a brake repair and visiting your shop. You can throw it in your shop name or whatever and add another sentence or two. But now, if someone in the area is typing, hey, my Ford's brakes are squeaking, where can I go? There's a really good chance that Google is picking up that data that you just added to your answer and helping you rank a little bit better. Now, is it going to guarantee you're going to rank at the top? No. But the more data points that you're giving Google, the better. And then straight through their product as well. So these things just compound. It will get better and better as you go. So just take those extra steps of responding to reviews in that right way. So in terms of this, so 50% of consumers are confident that they've seen a fake review on Google. And so there are times, it's not as prevalent in our industry in terms of auto repair, but there are times where people get desperate in terms of their business, and maybe they've been slammed with a few bad reviews and they're like, oh, how can I make those go away? Well, I need a lot of 5-star reviews. Then people will pay for fake reviews and getting some services that offer that. Please never, ever do this. Fake reviews will definitely hurt you at the end of the day. High likelihood that your listing will get flagged by Google and suspended and taken down. And now that you don't have a Google business listing, you're in a world of trouble because a majority of those clicks and calls are coming from the maps and coming from Google Business Profile. So you want to make sure that if even there's a fake review that's a 5-star, flag it. Like we do not want fake reviews being left. So over the top praise, 45% of the reason that people suspect fake reviews, many reviews with similar content. So there'd be like all the verbiage of how people are leaving the review for you are exactly the same, or they're posted by people with like really fake, fictitious names. So those are the different things that you may notice. And so I would really be careful to not give in to fake reviews. You just get them taken off. You can flag it with Google and say, yeah, not real. And Google will get that taken off more likely than not. So just be careful with those. And so monitor and improve. You want to make sure like users purchase based on a Google review. And so constantly analyzing your Google reviews and taking a look at it, or at least having a marketing company take a peek at that for you, is going to be huge. You want to make sure that that's constantly improving each and every month. You're constantly getting someone there, because there's always going to be new people that haven't left a review before that came into your shop. Not all of them are we expecting them to leave a review, but we want to create a mechanism, usually through texting, to make that portion as easy and simple as possible. And I promise that you'll be really impressed in terms of the growth of both your online presence, the call volume, and then it's also really nice to see that there's so many people that really like your service and are leaving those reviews, and you created that mechanism now to make it easy for those people to praise you. And so you want to use reviews as feedback. They can show you where you need to improve. So yeah, that's where we like to leverage texting to kind of see that before it's left as a review. But same thing with review, taking that feedback. There are times where it's very, very valuable of how to improve processes or systems or communication style of the company to ensure that you're going above and beyond to support your community. Like, it's obviously why you got in this business. That's what you're trying to do. You like working on cars. You like keeping people safe. And so continue to push that and represent who you are to the best of your abilities. And it doesn't hurt getting those good reviews along the way. Okay. So that is it for our webinar today. So some of the resources that we have for you. So we have if you want to book a strategy session here, you can give us a call, 877-733-3446. It's going to be extension 1 from there. If you're interested in learning more about us and booking a strategy call, you can email our general email line, info@liftautorepairmarketing.com. You can join our Facebook group. So it's called Auto Repair Shop Owners Mastermind. And then if you just type that in the Facebook search bar, you should see our Facebook group pop up right away. Go straight to it. It's about a little over 1,300 owners now in that group that just kind of discuss and market, ask for suggestions, as well as provide insights of things that are working. It's pretty awesome. We also, within our company, that's where we're sharing in terms of our podcasts, our webinars, different tips and pointers that we're seeing work here in live, different marketing campaigns that are working. We want to share as much valuable information in there as possible. You can also schedule a meeting, go to our page, go to our contact us page, go to our schedule page, whichever works easiest for you, and make sure that you're booking something there. And we also have a free marketing checklist where you can kind of go through and making sure that you have everything complete in terms of your online presence, kind of at a basic level in terms of your website, making sure there's a few things that should be in place there, your Google business profile, etc. All right. And then we also have a book called Drive More Business. You can see it right here. Drive More Business, step-by-step guide for internet marketing for auto repair shops. You can buy it on Kindle. So if you just type that in, or in Amazon, you want to just type that in, you'd be able to go straight to our book and check it out. It kind of goes through all the different aspects of online marketing and how it impacts an auto repair shop. That step-by-step guide that you can do to make sure that all those things are in place. So you have a marketing company, it could be a really good source to look up questions and things to ask them if certain things are being done and how you're tracking them. So yeah, that is everything I have for you all today. Any last questions before I let you go in terms anything in regards to Google reviews or how it ranks, SEO, etc.? I appreciate the comment, the compliment. Someone just said thank you in regards to opening their eyes about Google reviews and the effectiveness there. So I appreciate that. And you're going through this, finding it valuable, and please like this video, leave a comment below, asking any questions, or you can reach out to me directly, like I mentioned, through our website. You reach me on Facebook. I'm on there pretty often, and so I should be responding to every and all your messages. But thank you, each and every one of you, for being here today. I appreciate your time. But if you need me, we'll talk again soon. Thanks.